Alright, so next module we have after point is volume, and in the volume we have read, and the first node we have is get named grid. Okay, so let me explain you what is get named grid. So we, let's just say, have any geometry. For now, let's just take Susan. Okay, so we have this geometry inside our geometry node setup, and we need to take certain values, like certain named values, which we can later use to perform some operations. So just like our grease pencil, let's just say named layer selection, or maybe curve read, where we are reading the curve value, it works the same. So only difference here is it takes volume named grid, which means the input will be volume, and we still need to put our string here. So whatever string you put here, which if we set in our geo setup, we can input it here, and then we can output volume and grid. So we have two output option. So it is exactly what currently is doing. We are converting our mesh into a volume because we need a volume input. But if you already created any sort of volume from here, if you do Shift A and if you create a volume from here, that also works. But I converted that, so I did that, and then I'm actually taking the volume's density, which is a float value, as you can see, data type float. But if I take, let's just say, maybe like a vector, so I need to set a vector value here. Generally it is integer, but it works like that. But you can see if the data type will if the data type is different, it will give us this warning message. So make sure you select appropriate name. And currently, because I converted my volume, my mesh into volume, and that volume is driven by this density name, so that's why it is giving me a density amount here. So that I'm taking. So I'm actually taking this value here, and I'm feeding that to distribute points on my grid. Okay, so this is what I am doing. Then I'm distributing it, and I'm actually applying a cube instance here on top of that points. So you can also take, I don't know, maybe icosphere or something which you can put it here, as you can see. So that is exactly what I am doing. And because I have this density, let's just say if I remove this, you don't see anything. If I add a vector, so it immediately give us a no supported grid found, because we already have a density, because we have this mesh to volume node, and that's why I'm using that density. So get named grid basically just takes that value, and as you can see, it immediately give us the error if we try to change it. So make sure you use appropriate value, then put a string here, and it's a boolean option if you want to remove it or not. I don't like to use it, but that is exactly what is happening. And if you try to connect this, you will see nothing happens, because we need to take the final distribution of that grid, and that is exactly what is happening in get named grid. So the second node we have in our volume read is grid information, grid info. So let me actually explain to you what this node does. So grid info, as it says, it takes the grid information and it just put it in here. But more than that, understand that we have this current volume here, right? We have this volume set, and we have some voxel amount and interior bandwidth. So this is a volume. What does grid info does? we have this grid information set in our volume grid, right? In our inside our spreadsheet, correct? So it takes that value as a input and it lets us do certain operations, right? Either it can be a transform operation or a maths operation, it can be anything, but it lets us take that information. So that is exactly what it is doing. In the grid, in the get named grid, we saw how it can take the density input, and it lets us do operations. So we can also input that, right? So grid information just take that value, this value from your Excel sheet, and that's basically what exactly it is doing. Then we have voxel index. Okay, now understand what is voxel index doing. So we have a voxel amount here which lets us modify. Let me actually do this, remove the color. Yeah. So this is our current voxel, which means our boundary of that density, correct? But if I modify this, you can see it is getting changed, right? So this is what the voxel index is doing. We are taking index value, like just like our normal index input values, we are taking that voxel value for x, y, and z, and as soon as we change our this voxel amount, it is going to take this. It is going to modify this voxel index according to that, and it is going to give us that index value. Okay, so this is what I mean by that voxel value. And let me actually just do very important thing, and that is that. And if I do index, if I do that, and let's actually take a grid, right? So it will be much better to visually see. Okay, so we have this index value, as you can see, correct? Yeah, this one. Let me actually remove. Yeah, so you can see this is taking that index value, but if I put this x value, you will see 0. Okay, and as I said, you will see 0, and the only reason why you see 0 is because this value, it is going to take as a 0, but if we do certain mathematical operations, right, on top of that, let me actually take some mathematical operations, and if we change it according to that, then it is going to change my output value. So let me actually put this x in here, and if I do a subtract maybe, and if I do this, you will see the value is changed, right? So you have to do certain operations according to that, because we are also taking the grid index values, right? So this is our voxel index values, but we are later converting it into a grid index, right? And that way we can use it. So this is our voxel, which is based on this boundaries with this amount, and then we are also sampling that to get voxel index values. Okay, I know it is little complex to understand, but don't worry if you haven't understood. But just remember, for now, it takes it does similar operation like this index value, but rather than taking a normal index, it takes a voxel index which is from your point, your grid point, your this spreadsheet values. Okay, so let me actually run through a very short summary for this. Yeah, so get named grid, which lets us get the name of that grid and lets us perform certain operations on that grid itself. Then we have a grid information, which takes only the information of the grids present in your spreadsheet, and it lets us do some operations according to our output type. So currently I set 2 vectors, so you can do some vector values here, vector value operations. And it also takes, just similar to our index value, it takes, rather than index, it takes the voxel index, which means our this voxel boundaries amount, and it takes that input as x, y, and z. But it also gives us extra option like a boolean input, which asks if this is a tile. So it just asks if this is a tile. Tile means like a repetition. Is there any repetition or not? Currently it is not. Mostly it will be not, but it does that. And if it is a tile, then at least extend x, y, and z, which means it takes the x, y, z value, but because the voxel value can be shrink and extend, we can use that x, y, and z index value according to that extend on that extend. So just remember that you are only going to use these nodes in very specific manner when you are going to use volume. Mostly you don't need it, but it is good to have this node. It is newer node in our Blender 5.0, but mostly people don't use that much, but don't worry. Yeah, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Like and share this video and subscribe to channel so you don't miss the next part.